talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about rumors. Let's talk about facts.
We gon' talk about life. We gon' talk about death. Romance, finances, generational wealth.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Hello. And I am Marsha E. Dudley.
And I'm Toya Lewis.
And welcome to
Let's Talk About It.
All right.
Well, we hope you all enjoyed our intro.
Yeah.
We're really excited about that and having it up here.
Yes.
So y'all make sure y'all tell us what y'all think about that.
Yes. And so, we are also streaming live on Facebook and YouTube.
Hey.
Yes. So please make sure that you go and like and subscribe to our channel on YouTube. It is Let's Talk About It with Toya Lewis and Marsha Dudley. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yes, I'm excited.
So am I. Listen, look. We doing that thing. Because I'm already subscribed.
So we have a really, really good topic tonight.
And I hope everyone gets involved in this conversation because this is a real conversation that we need to have. And I think more so because it's at the, it's with the president. Like this is something he ran off of. Not that I really believe that.
But he supports it. So.
But he supports it. And that's a big step.
That's a big step.
Okay, so what is it that we're talking about?
We are talking about tonight reparations.
Reparations.
And I am trying to find our little video so I can, all right, here we go. So I wanted to at least tell them what reparations is. I know a lot of, we say the word reparations and we automatically assume that a person knows what reparation, what it means. And so I wanted to give the definition of what reparations is.
Okay.
And I want to make sure I don't want to give Marsha's
personal.
Yes. So I want to give what the dictionary says. Okay, so reparations is the making of amends for a wrong one has done by paying money to or otherwise helping those who have been wronged. So that's what reparations is. So again, it says money or helping those who have been wronged. So tonight's topic is definitely about reparations. We want to know, there's been so much talk about it. I think everybody's talking about it. The president is talking about it. If you've been on the news, so many people are talking about reparations and trying to decide, if Black people, Black America, Black Americans, if we're due that reparation. So again, that's what we're going to be talking about tonight.
Yes. Okay. So I have so many different thoughts on it. There's so many different questions that come up in my mind as to who would qualify for receiving reparations, because I feel like everyone who would have qualified for it, they're probably already gone. So what is it that we're talking about?
So
in 2021, what is it that we're talking about?
Well,
I'm because here's the thing. Where on this spectrum would whatever monetary reparation, where would it fall?
Okay.
And how do you fall into that? Okay. Because my great family were slaves, because the restitution promise after the Civil War was for the recently freed slaves. They're not here.
Yeah.
So what is it that we're fighting for? I guess I need a clear understanding on what they're pushing for. You know how many African American people are here?
Yeah.
And what percentage of being African American would qualify you for reparations? I just feel like it's one of those things that has came and gone. Personally,
So
now
I
do get. That's what I was getting.
Okay.
I get why it's needed.
Mm-hmm.
I get why it's needed, but you can't. I feel like it needs to be given another name.
Okay. Okay. So let's just everyone understands what's being talked about in government is they're saying that in order to do the reparation, the government would have to pay out between 10 and 12 trillion dollars. They are saying that it would roughly be about 40 to $60,000 per person. And the way that they would there a lot of the questions that you have are a lot of the questions that people in government are having.
Mm-hmm.
And one solution that they are saying is that if you are the descendant of a slave, of someone that was a slave, and I guess they're saying, of course, hierarchy, whoever is the first in of that generation, they would then be distributed the wealth. So a lot of what you're saying, a lot of the questions that you're saying, that's a lot of the questions that they're having that they're having in government right now. Me personally, I do believe, I sort of kind of believe in reparations, and I sort of do not believe in reparations, because my thing is that if you give people that are financially illiterate money,
that's what I was.
The money that you just gave all these black people, white people will have it tomorrow. So all you did was you didn't do anything. You just gave them a stimulus check.
Right.
And to be really honest with you, 40 and $50,000 is not a lot of money. And my thing is, me and you are in our 40s. Okay, well, we got a mama. If you have a grandmother, it's people that are alive that are above you. How much of that money would you really see?
Right. None.
So I don't know. It sounds good, and I think that a lot of times people,
it briefs very well.
Yeah, people like to talk about stuff. Oh, reparations. We need reparations.
No, we need financial literacy.
Yes.
And so, come on, Devin, come on in. Taking no mind.
Yeah. So,
Kimberly Jones. I don't know if you all remember the during the George Floyd rioting and protesting, and some random camera guy came and asked her a question, and she used the analysis of monopoly.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I had to write down because it was so much, and I didn't want to get what she said wrong. Now I didn't write it down word for word, but Okay. So she explained it. Economics is the reason that blacks were brought to this country. We came to do agricultural work in the South and textile work in the North. Mm-hmm. And so she explained it with the game of Monopoly. So we played 400 rounds of Monopoly, and we weren't allowed to have any money, anything on the board, nothing. But we're doing all this work with nothing, no gains at all. Mm-hmm. Okay, now we play another 50 rounds of Monopoly, and everything we gain and earn is then taken, i.e. Tulsa and Rosewood.
Yes.
Places where we built black economic wealth, and we were self-sufficient, and we owned our own stores and own property. And they burned it to the ground. Mm-hmm. So that's 450 years. 400 rounds we don't play. You don't play for yourself, and then you play on the behalf of the person that you're against. Mm-hmm. You play, earn money and wealth for them, and then in turn, you turn the wealth over to them. Mm-hmm. 50 rounds, you get a little bit, and you play for yourself, but as soon as they see you doing better and catching up and being self-sufficient, they burn the game to the ground, they burn your cards, and then they burn your monopoly money.
Mhm.
Finally, after release and onset of that, they are allowed to play and say catch up. The only way to catch up is if they share their wealth.
Mhm.
When they share their wealth, there's psychological warfare in making you equal opportunity hire.
Mhm.
And of course, the psychological warfare with that is, oh, they just putting me in this position just because they have to. Now I'm there and I have to prove myself worthy of being here. So to recap it all, 400 rounds of Monopoly and you get nothing. And then an additional 50 rounds, you get something, but listen, we're going to have to take that all back from you. So how can you win?
Okay, okay, so you have the 400 years, you have the 50 years, but what about now?
But you have nothing from nothing. What does that leave? So you're scraping, and you're falling within the realms of what they want you to fall in, because now we're behaving. So that's kind of where we're at now. There are a few of us that will have gained more, but we will be looked at as the same person regardless. We still Black.
Yeah.
And when I talk about this book, it was something that was said in here that just gave me chills. But
who made that comment about Herschel Walker? Did y'all watch? Y'all need to go back and watch Herschel Walker on that Reparations.
That was Quinn. She said, I watched Herschel Walker present his argument on this subject, and in my opinion, he sounded like a straight up coon.
I was very, let me tell you, like I said.
Yes, Travis, Jim Crow laws. That's what I was going to talk about. A little bit. They all over it. What?
Okay, so I want to ask y'all, do you believe in reparations? And what does reparations look like to you? I heard exactly what she said about the 400 years, 50 years. But for me, I think that we have a lot of opportunity. We have more opportunity than what our grandparents have. Just even our grandparents, we have more opportunity than what they have.
Yes, we have more opportunities. However, everybody don't have that same opportunity. When you say we, it's only a certain few tokens.
But no.
How many CEOs and big corporations? How many?
And okay, big corporations, I understand. I completely understand it. But we can have our own businesses, and I think that a lot of times that we don't have our own businesses out of fear. And of course, yeah, that stems from slavery and stuff like that. But a lot of us, we could have our own businesses and thrive and give the white business owners a run for their money. But we stay complacent and we stay in our little.
It's not just that we're afraid. It's harder for us to get those type of loans that the white people get. So we can't just say, oh, well, I'm going to go start a business. Well, who's backing you? What do you have saved up? Because you're going to need to have a lot saved up to.
It depends on what type of business that you're starting. Like you started your business. Who backed you?
Nobody. And you see, I'm not open every day.
Yes. But you could be. You could be. And then a lot of those
could I? No, no.
But okay, but hold on. If we let me put this like this. Black people, we spend $1 trillion a year in electronics, in hairs and weave, in beauty products. If you go and look at the breakdown of what we spend our money on, we spend $1 trillion in all of that stuff. If we put our money together and kept it within our community, we would see more of that, but we don't.
Okay, so the reparations was for the free slaves, right? Okay, so the descendants of these slaves lived through everything from Jim Crow laws, lynchings, housing segregation, police brutality, mass incarceration, and so much more. So if if we're still going through that in 2021.
But
2020 we had lynchings,
but not on that scale though. Toya.
It's not on that scale, but the laws are still the laws. People are still turning a blind eye to police brutality.
I hear you, but it's still, even though
we are better,
it's still
but it's
not on that scale.
It's not on that scale, but it still exists. You don't, and we mess ourselves over in a lot of things too.
Yeah. But
okay, let me read some of these because it's a lot happening over here. Okay, Carlos says, I believe that there should be some type of reparations, but not necessarily money. I think one option would be to utilize that money to restore inner city schools and neighborhoods.
Yes.
It is difficult in this day and age due to the fact that we are still fighting for civil and equal rights. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so everything, who said something about college?
Carlos said that. So here's Quinn. Quinn says, I do, but I guess she believe in it, but believe it should be something of value, like land, business, and not have to pay taxes on the business or something like that. We are owed this because our ancestors are gone and we're working for us. Send our children to school, college for free to get the same education other kids get, to give them a chance in society.
Okay, so that's what I was building up to. That's what I believe. Do you see what they did for the Indians? The Indians own all of the casinos, all of that. They own all of that.
Yes, but they're still struggling too.
They get to go to college for free.
But they didn't burn down their villages after they built it up. After all that. We talking about Tulsa. That was 1921.
Yes, that was just Tulsa. They wiped the whole Indian race out.
No, the whole Indian. Hold on. The whole Indian race was not wiped out.
Okay, they put them on a reservation and said
because they wouldn't work for them. We worked for them. We done built this United States is what it is because of us.
I completely agree. But
so why not, like Quinn said, because that was the next thing that I was coming to. That's how you solve, or I don't know is the word, because there will still be people living in the past. You can't just wipe history away.
No, you can't wipe it, but some free education and a funding. Okay, so when they let Asians and all those people come over here, they give these people this loan for 7 years.
See, here's David. Reparations would just be a band-aid.
Yes.
The real societal issues still need to be dealt with, i.e. systemic racism, polarization of certain groups, unconscious biases. Exactly, David.
Yes.
So yes, okay, send them to school, blah, 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 blah. But there's still problems out there.
Okay. Reparations is not going to fix that.
It's not. That's what I'm saying. It's bigger than reparations. That's where I said in 2021, we have to be somewhere else other than reparations.
Yes, but right now, for Black people right now,
they've been fighting for reparations since 41, when they, whatever the dang on year is, when they first started talking about restitution. Come on now. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, but right now,
like that.
All they're talking about is money. We don't need money. Money is not the. Like David said, it's a band-aid.
Right.
We need
education.
Our children need education, and then Carlos said that we need these schools, these inner city schools, like in Chicago and all these New York places. Those people need good education. They need books. They need laptops. They need the same. They need to be provided the same stuff that other kids have. It's bigger than that.
Okay, Quinn says, as a member of the Native American community, they are struggling because they are trying to keep traditions.
Yes.
Okay.
Because them suckers is rich. They own all the casinos.
Travis says, many things in our inner city communities are owned by other cultures. It is. We should also start owning in our own communities to create our own pathway to growing our communities. If the government does give reparations, would this be something that would be done? Would our community reflect the principles in our entertainment? or would all the music still be about how cool it is to be a drug dealer because drugs were bought with the reparations? I often ask myself, are we doing more harm to our own in this day and age than any other race?
Yes.
I asked that question too.
Yes, we are.
I asked that
We
same
are our
question.
own worst
We
enemies.
are our own worst enemies. We don't stick together like we should.
But the old
the
all of our ancestors, they did stick together. It's just
the majority of them did stick together.
It's us. It's this new generation. We don't stick together. It's like I don't know what's wrong with us. But what I was saying is that when Asian people or Indian, when all them people come to the United States, they give them a loan. And they say, here go you a loan.
And they go buy a whole block.
Yes. And they say, you don't have to pay this back. You don't have to pay this back
where's
for 7 years.
Where's the little African neighborhood at?
They don't get Africans nothing. They say, look.
Exactly.
They don't.
That's my point. We can want as many businesses. We automatically walk in and we deny it. Mm-hmm. In their mind, like, oh, I already know this. I'm gonna do the paperwork. I'm going through the formality.
I tried joining. What was that? Black. What is the bank? Black. Black United.
United. Yeah.
United. Black.
One United.
Yeah, but them fees was getting me, so I closed.
Yeah, I closed my checking account too. I left the savings open because they wasn't charging. They weren't charging it. I was like, wait a minute, hold on. I done spent over $100 in this little bit of time. Nah, bro.
Black people don't stick together.
But it's things like that they probably don't have the pleasure of letting us have for free. You see what I'm saying? That's the stuff I'm talking about.
Yeah.
If they don't have the pleasure of, just like I see people doing free shipping. I can't afford to do free shipping. What? I don't care what kind of specials I run, unless I jack up my prices to where people look like, girl, bye. Mm-hmm. That's the downfall of us.
Yeah.
We're not going to have the pleasure of offering a lot of free.
Yeah. And like I have a friend who's Hispanic, and all of them live in one house. They buy a really, really nice car. They pay off that car, they give it to the first person, then they go and get another car. And that way they all have a car. Then they do their houses just like that. One get a house, and then they save up money, and then the next person get a house. We can't do that.
Quinn says, but also we don't support each other. If we could come together and have a different mindset, we could rule the world. Look at sports without us, the majority. It wouldn't be nothing but how many Black owners are there.
Yeah.
Who owns something? They own a piece of something.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to be a billionaire for that. Carlos says, Giovanni said it best last week. As a culture, we are still mentally enslaved. Yep.
That was nasty.
That's the truth.
God, that hurts.
Because you said they're scared. That's a mentality.
They kept. Let me tell you, I was sitting up here thinking about this. You know, we talk about reparations and stuff, and how much we think that white people didn't have no power on us. Think about it. It was 300 slaves on one plantation, and it'd be 40 white men. 40, there's 300 slaves on one plantation, and 40 men. And just think about all those plantations that had all those people there. There were more. I can't understand.
The numbers were in our favor, but the actions weren't.
But they had that fear. We had that fear, and like one part that I listened to Herschel, and he kind of pissed me off, and I'm still standing by that. He talked about how we want to get mad at white people, but it was Black people who sold us. It was the Black Africans. It was the African, and he's right. Mm-hmm. He is right. Some of the African people did sell slaves. Some,
but others, not all they told them that they needed them to work. And they told them all these wonderful things on how to do this. Oh, we can get you to do this, and they're gonna pay you that. But that was all a ploy to get them to get on the boat
Yeah.
without any resistance.
Yeah.
And now you on the water. Now I got to put you in these good chains because guess what?
Yeah.
That's your ass, Mr. Postman.
Oh my God. So yeah, I really want y'all to go back and listen to the one about Herschel Walk. It's gonna piss you off a little bit. Some of it's the stuff that he says is true, but then some of it, to me, like was that Dev? Dev said he was cooning. I think he was cooning a little bit.
Who said that?
I think that for us as Black people,
Quinn.
I think that we have went 450 years without reparations, and I think that right now, just because we have a Black woman that is a VP, and we have a president that is for the bill, I think that we're getting our hopes of that we're gonna get reparations, but really honest with you, we have to look at the other portion of this. Our economy can't hold $12 trillion. Right now, this stimulus, they're giving out all these stimulus packets and stuff like that. Our economy can't hold any more of this. We don't have $12 trillion to give anybody. So
yeah, but the value continues to go down the more you
exactly
the more you get.
Our dollar is gonna be worth 10 cents after a while. We ain't gonna be able to do nothing. So and to be honest with you, looking at it from that standpoint, I would rather have a strong economy than, like I said, they're only giving 40 to 60,000 per descendant of the slave. So by the time me and you get some, we probably gonna get $10. What am I gonna do with five? Even if it was $1,000, 10,000. To me, $60,000 ain't no money. That's nothing.
Right. So, I'm with you when you right.
So I think that we need to get our eyes off of the money, and like everybody else is saying,
because there are bigger things. I mean, the white man. I hate to say it that way.
the
man. They have kind of mastered how to manipulate us. So we definitely have to be 10 steps ahead when it comes to finances and how to maneuver in business and everything else. What does Quinn say? You want to read it?
I can't see it.
Oh God. If you really look at it, we excel in every aspect in life and kill it.
Yeah.
Prime example. Jay-Z builds businesses and sells it to people who are not Black, but he did all the work. How we keep up is hire people that look like us, train people that look like us, educate people like us. It's like FUBU, for us, by us. If we can't have the mentality, we will never be on top.
Yes.
It doesn't make us racist, but we are just pro-Black and helping our own race for once because nobody else will help us. And then she says, let's stop doing all the legwork and giving it to someone else to maintain it and make the long-term money. So should he have sold to another Black person?
Who's he going to sell it to? But
because they have to be business-minded. Whomever takes over have to be business-minded.
And then ain't no Black person going to get, look, who got that kind of money?
Nobody but Jay-Z.
Nobody.
Nobody but Jay-Z.
Nobody. I'm telling you, girl. And
that's just like Dr. Dre sold his beats.
I was thinking that. And but the thing is, and I hear what Quinn is saying. I'm not gonna lie to you, Quinn. If let me make something and somebody's gonna offer me.
His children are little. Maybe he didn't want to. Oh, I'm sorry. Quinn says, keep it. He has children. It's legacy. Their legacy is sealed.
Girl, you better go listen to Boss.
Beyonce
said.
My great.
A bunch of
on the Forbes list.
You better.
So I feel like maybe he just didn't want to do it anymore. Yeah, he did it because he could do it. He's showing other people that it could be done. You just have to work to get there to do it.
Yes.
So I mean, I can't speak for him, but I'm just looking at it as maybe it was a bigger reason behind it. Maybe he sold it for way more than it was worth for him. Yeah. And if his name isn't attached to it, it may not even make as much money as it was making with him.
Yeah, Dr. Dre made $1 billion. You think, girl, let me make something, and you give me $1 billion for it.
I didn't want that headache anyway. Go ahead and take it.
You gonna give me how much?
I ain't got to work no more. I'm gonna start on something else.
Oh my God! And yes,
Bob Johnson sold BET. Oh wait, okay. Carlos says Willie Lynch's. Oh wait, let me pull it all the way up. Willie Lynch's mythology said in his book that his teachings of how to break a slave would affect us mentally for as long as we were enslaved. Are we getting better? Yes. But we have to start in our homes, teaching our kids our history so that they be proud of their heritage and want to do better. Yeah. I believe that, yes.
Yeah, no, let me tell you, Bob Johnson, he was wrong. He sold BET to a white man. He said, you know what? You want what? Here you go.
We can all, people say what they want to. We can all be bought.
Most definitely.
And so we can't fault people for, okay, well, you mean I don't have to come in here and worry about this no more? If you're going to pay me to where I don't have to worry about something anymore, I got headaches over it.
Yeah.
So I feel like it just has to be you in the situation, and however you react to it, you react to it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, we at 30 minutes. So, but I know that this is probably not, y'all not gonna be able to see what this is. 400 year souls. Okay. 400 year. But that's what it's talking about. It says a community history of African America from 1619 to 2019. And this book was assembled as a community of 80 Black writers and 10 Black poets. And it records 40 years of Black America. Mm-hmm. Like I said, the name of it is 400 Souls. It's divided into 10 parts and it covers 40 years each. And each part concludes with a poem. So that comes with the 10 poets. But if y'all could just humor me for a moment, I want to read in this introduction. Okay, it says life was not promised. Joy was not promised. And it's talking about slaves when they first documented in 1619. Life was not promised. Joy was not promised. Peace was not promised. Freedom was not promised. Only slavery. Only racism, only the mighty Atlantic blocking the way back home seemed to be promised. And we know we couldn't swim.
God help me.
I'm sorry. Okay, but the community started to sing long before anyone heard that old spiritual, we shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. There is no better word than we. Even when it is involuntary, meaning to be Black in America, it is to almost never be treated like an individual. Mm-hmm. The individual of African descent is not seen. The Black race is seen in the individual. All Black women are seen in the woman. All Black men are seen in the man. Racist power constructed the Black race and all the Black groups, them. Racist power kept constructing Black America over 400 years. Them constructed again and again. But the anti-racist power within the souls of Black folk reconstructed Black America all the while. In the same way we are reconstructing ourselves in this book. We reconstructed again and again, them into we, defending the Black American community to defend all the individuals in the community. Them became we to allow I to become me. Individuals of African descent came to know that they would not become free until Black America became free. Individuals bonded into community to overcome. And then it goes into more of what it is to be in the Black community. The problem is the Black community is broken, if you ask me.
Yes. And the Black community is definitely broken. And I think that it's going to take conversations like this. We could easily sit here and clown every Thursday, but I think that it's going to take conversations like this so that if just one person gets it's
One by one, that's all we can do.
That's it. We as a community, we have to change. We have to care more about one another and not just about self. Um, I'm not sitting around waiting on reparations. That's what my hope. I'm not waiting on reparations whatsoever. If they never give me a dime, we're gonna still be great, and
We're gonna be all
we're
right.
gonna be all right. And I think that that's the mindset that you have to take on, that you can't sit around waiting for somebody to do something for you,
Right.
especially the government. We as a community need to stick together, and we need to do something for one another. And that means speak life into your brother and your sister. That means if you encourage them, if you see someone who doesn't know something, give them the knowledge, share knowledge. We don't like to share knowledge. We like to find out something, hold on to it, and let it help us, but watch somebody else suffer. So we got to get out of that. We got to break out of, somebody said, the crab in the bucket mentality.
Okay, let me read this from Quinn. She says, I guess I look at the bigger picture. Yeah, you give me 300 million now, but I will make that plus some. But everybody doesn't have that mentality. A lot, like you were talking about the lady who won the lottery and now she's broke. So you can give me money, but if I don't know what to do, if I don't have the education, I'm probably gonna mess it up anyway.
Yes.
Okay, like people who made the straw, if they sold the patent because they were offered enough money back then, look at how much they could be making now, because people are still buying straws to this day. That is an example of what I mean. Yeah. Oh, I get what you were saying, but I feel like for them, maybe it was just okay, too much to keep trying to run this business when you can just take the money and go start another business.
Mm-hmm.
Travis says, Quinn Prater, that is what Master P preaches. He just did a good interview with Shannon Sharp on his podcast. Have you heard it? Oh, okay. No, I haven't, but
I'm gonna go. Okay. He said Shannon Sharp.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go. I love listening to Master P.
Master P started with $10,000 and flipped it to where he is now. Okay, Carlos says Bill Cosby is in prison right now for wanting to buy a major network, so we could have our own information platform. The majority of these major news networks, 90% of their news paints a negative picture of minority groups to instill in everyone's mind. If you see or hear something 24/7, eventually you will start believing it. The media has so much power and influence. Definitely.
Let me tell you, I know when they get ready to try and buy, let's talk about it, they're gonna bring up all type of stuff on me. I already told my husband, when me and Toya blow up, it's gonna be some stuff that come out. It was before your time. You just hold on. We're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right.
Listen, it doesn't, but that's how that goes. Well, they had blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Okay, but what I got to do with this talking about it? Because we talk about ourselves too.
Yeah.
We're pretty transparent.
But yeah, they did Bill dirty.
Yep. We ain't even gonna talk about kills.
Please, we not listen. No, we don't did good tonight. We're not doing.
We're not gonna talk about that.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I'm trying to buy this book.
Why are you trying to buy the book right now? I'm gonna need you to buy this book after we get off of here, because we doing a see. Okay, so this is what I be talking about with our people. See, she on something else. Public relations.
Who said that?
Who said that? Quinn.
Yeah, you ain't gonna be able to spin this a bunch of videos out there. Ain't no telling. We just going to have to go with it. I'm just
She
going.
said she the modern day Olivia Pope. I know
Yeah.
that's right.
I look okay. Well, cool.
Hey, those videos can be doctored, ma'am.
Look. You know what kills? You know, but that wasn't even me.
I don't know
Yeah,
how y'all figure that's me.
it wasn't me.
Who you see my tattoo?
You seen what stretch mark? I ain't got that one. I got No, that was
Okay, so Travis, did you say what you felt about reparations? I like to know how everybody feels about it. Should it be something that's being talked about? What does it consist of? We want to know all that.
We are not talking about kills. Mm-mm.
Yes, we are, Nikita. I don't know when I'm gonna be able to talk her into it. But we're gonna talk about this.
Get shut down.
Step in the name of love.
We're gonna get shut down. Listen.
No, that's when we're gonna blow up when we talk about Kales, because everybody be Googling Kales.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Okay, Nikita, since you're here, nice and live with us, what's your thoughts on reparations? I wish we had a guest on tonight. That would have been nice to have somebody.
We can bring somebody on.
It's
20 minutes.
Yeah. They're a little shy.
Yeah.
I don't see nothing wrong.
Look, I don't either.
It is temporary. So how do we okay, so they say, okay, well, we're gonna give, how much did you say? Some trillion?
It's 10 to 12 trillion dollars that they are saying is needed to pay back reparations. And
okay.
Then where they're getting this, remember during the Holocaust, Germany paid back, I think, like $1 billion back to the descendants of the people that were affected by the Holocaust. And then what is it, World War One or World War Two? One of them, they gave money or reparations to some of the Vietnam people that were captured or something like that. So, like
so it's hard to put a dollar amount on it.
Yeah.
But I feel like if they do put a dollar amount on it, they should also put, like, I think it was Carlos that said, okay, we're not going to give this to the descendants because we know that in Chicago, we need to clean that up. But only money is going to clean it up. Go buy back our neighborhoods and put things in there and find business-minded people and get them businesses in our neighborhoods. Until we give to ourselves, we're going to always be.
We're going to fall prey to gentrification, because that's what they're going back, buying up all of the Black neighborhoods. And let me tell you, downtown Dallas, there's this little area where we went and we set up the top. That's Oak Cliff, and they bought that area up and they have made it into this it's a beautiful area, but we don't have any Black people that buy land. But we don't have the capital to buy land, and
which is what I was saying earlier. It's not easy, and unless several different groups come together and do it, it's going to be really hard.
I'm telling y'all, before it is over with, we are going to build. We're going to start this. I've always wanted to do a collective group amongst Black people that we invest. But like I said, you have to have the right Black people, because I've done investment groups with Black people and got burned. So you have to make sure that I need some lawyers.
What makes for the right investment partner when it comes to you trying to do Black groups? Like, are you looking for them to have a certain credit score?
Yes.
Are you looking at their credit scores?
Yes.
Are you looking at their finances? Are you looking at their savings? Like,
and you want to know something? I'm glad you said that. I know it's somebody in this group that do credit repair. I'm about to find somebody in this group, or I'm going to recruit them for this group to help with credit repair. And then we're going to start doing financial literacy in this group. And we're going to start doing life and business coaching in this group. And so I've already been talking to people that can help me with this. We're going to create rooms so that whatever you need, you can get it here. Like I said, this group wasn't created. It was created for a reason, and it is to empower Black people. So that's what we're going to do.
Okay.
So yeah.
Travis says, I feel that there is a model of many type of ways to reward us.
Okay.
Healthcare, education, tax breaks, etc. Some of the health problems in our community are passed down through our lineage. That's true. That's the reason why it only affect, like they go, oh, it only, like certain diseases only affect Black people.
But it's because, like you said, it's the eating. The eating is passed down from generation to generation, and then like a lot of this stuff, it is education. Nobody listen. If you want to be healthy, if you want to change your lifestyle, there are tons of books. There's tons of information out there. There's tons of groups. A lot of times we don't want to go and get the information.
If you want to keep a Black person down, you just put it in a book. And that's because they're not going to read. Look, like I'm out of there. Yeah. But I just read that, the damn thing. Mm-hmm. Like, that's where we're at. And it's really, really sad.
Yeah.
That Bobby says, what's good, fam?
Hey, Bobby. Bobby, what do you think about reparations?
Look, like he's going to say something right now.
I'm waiting. I need you to say something like right now. What do you think about reparations? So I think that we have I think we did a really, really good job on discussing reparations. I think that we both can agree that we do agree that money is not the answer, right? Or you agree?
I believe that money isn't the answer given to individuals.
Okay.
Oh, money is going to help.
Yeah.
But money placed in the right place.
Yes.
Money placed in education.
Yes.
Money placed in starting maybe business. A thing so Blacks can start businesses.
Yes.
Healthcare, like Travis said.
Yes.
I feel like that's... Bobby said, can he come on? He said he loves the idea of reparations.
Mm-hmm. Now, Bobby, we got 10 minutes. You can
yeah, healthcare, education.
Well,
tax breaks, that's also a good one that Travis came up with. That you don't think we can use a tax break? I can use several tax breaks.
You want to know tax breaks? Listen. This is free information from me. Usually I would send you an invoice, but I'm not going to do that.
She's about her money.
No. There is, Bobby, I just sent you the link. Every person in America should have a side job. I don't care that you love your job and you've been on there for 30, 40 years. I don't care. You should have some type of side job so that you can get the tax benefits of the wealthy. You want to know who pay all the taxes? Middle class. The middle class people pays all the taxes. Hey, Bobby.
What up?
So what you want? Look, what do you think about reparations?
I think it's great.
Huh?
I think it's good. I think it's great. I think reparations is great, man. It's not the money. It's actually what you're gonna do with the money. Whatever you do with $2, you're gonna do with $20. Whatever you do with $20, you're gonna do with $200. So it's all about the application. Money is just a resource. That's all it really is. If you spend it,
but how is okay? So you saying depending on we know our people.
Mm-hmm.
So
y'all stop. I'm gonna go. Y'all.
So you already know that 89%
Look what they do with income tax.
Right. Everybody's out buying Jordans.
When I tell you when income tax time comes around, I am so embarrassed.
I am too. All these new car tags, like tip tags.
And everybody flossing on Facebook talking about we going out to eat. I just got
crab legs. If you weren't doing crab legs in November, don't do crab legs when you get your income tax.
So, Bobby, you believe that the government should give those same people some money, $40,000?
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because they're gonna. Because here's how the government thinks, man. They don't really care about that because what they're gonna do, they gonna get double. I'm gonna give you 40 and I'm gonna get 50.
First of all, oh my God, I can't believe you said yes. I can't believe you said that those same people they should give $40,000 or $50,000. If that means that if they give them the $40,000 and $50,000, the white man gonna have it tomorrow. It goes right back. You want to know who owns it?
And our neighborhoods still look the same.
Well, I know for me what I would do.
God, none of your people is making any decisions about this.
I mean, let me say this because that's my mentality. I know what we would do with it. It's really simple. It's really not that hard. We
got to think about the masses.
I know
because I would turn it down just for what we've been talking about as far as putting it back into our communities and having someone, and they have to be really trustworthy over it. You're gonna need a
yeah. I mean, I think. Well, do I think it'll hurt us? I don't know. I mean, when I look at it, I'm like, man, the fishermen finna make a killing with these crab legs everybody finna buy.
So why would we? You know what?
With the stimulus check is what you're talking about?
Yeah, with the stimulus check.
Okay, well, exactly. So if you get $1,400 and you don't do anything with it but buy a crab leg, if you get $140,000, what are you going to do? Buy a whole ocean? What are you doing?
Here's the thing. What they might do, here's what they might do. They might buy the company. If they smart, they'll buy the company so they can
they're not.
Bobby, if these...
Calm down. Calm down. I think he's trying to mess with you today.
Bobby.
Because here's the thing. Let me say this.
If they are out there buying Jordans, crab legs, and those what do you call those cars? That they buy and then like they only work for like 3 months and then
limits.
The road. Yeah, no, cash.
Salvage.
Yeah,
cash
look, everybody go get all these cash cars at the beginning of income tax time, okay?
Listen, Travis just said, have to be responsible with it. Having a Netflix and Hulu and no life insurance is not responsible, but many people do it.
I think you're playing with me. I know you're playing with me. You have to be playing with me.
There's no way he's serious.
There ain't no way you're serious. There's no way you think that that the government should give money to people that are financially
he really is
illiterate. He has to be. Are you playing?
In our education.
Okay, so hold on. Let me get this right. The question is, do you think the government should give us reparations? I think so. I think what we need to do. Hold on. Let me explain. Boy, she better cut me out. She better throw me in the trash. Do you hear me? She better throw me in the trash tonight.
Good and gone.
I love you, man. Come on.
But no, man. Here's my thing on a serious note. Do I think so? It would be good to get what our ancestors helped build. I'm serious on that. Now
we'll never be able to get what they helped build. You know what? They need to give me a piece of the White House if that's the case. It's a whole bunch. They could never repay us for what our ancestors went through. When I was researching this reparation thing, I had no idea. And let me tell you, I have read 1,000, I don't know how many Black history books, but I never knew that they had a Black zoo and they had our Black butts in in a zoo.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was the most
Degrading.
yeah. And I read that today and I had to go. I said, this has to be a lie. Why would they
You know,
put
They
us in
would.
a zoo?
you know the crazy part. You know who funded that? One of them,
Who?
Louis Vuitton. That's what a lot of people don't know. Louis Vuitton actually funded one of them.
That's the reason why I
They
get
were
those
financially
stick bags
responsible.
right there.
You know what?
But see, here's the thing: reparation. I think reparation would be good, but you can't put money in fools' hand. I think if you give them resources, give them assets to turn into money. For example,
Okay.
land,
And that's
cattle.
what we said. Now, look, first of all, don't not cattle because ain't none of these, ain't none, don't know, no. Land,
80% and not.
land. And as we said, give their children college, set them up for college and then allow them to be able to take out business loans, those type of things, something that's going to edify the
Easier.
community. And that way the money is in the right hands. People that are making a difference.
Building up the inner cities. Ooh.
Well,
Sam said, give me some cattle. I want a farm. Shoot. We said that already, Bobby. Sam said, great tax breaks.
Yeah. So I agree. I'm just glad but I'm glad that we are clear that you're not saying give these people money, because I'm telling you.
Okay, so let me ask you this: if the only thing they could get is money and not resources, would you still say no?
Yes.
What do you say?
I don't know. I think I say yes. If that's the only.
Yes. Thank you.
Only, but it's not the smart thing to do.
Right, but here's the thing.
I wouldn't want that to be taken away from us. But I would prefer it go into the inner cities and we get something where the paper.
Heck no, because if you put money in the food, you're gonna put death into a fool's hand. But the thing about it is, if we can reach out and create some kind of a system they can trust, money will be good. Because man, look, there's so many fools out there, educated fools. I know a lot of them, educated fools. I know one of them right now. Nigga got a Maybach and nigga in an apartment with a. Hey, if I say any more, y'all gonna think I'm lying. Nigga in an apartment. I mean, I know somebody got 6-figure in student loans and pull up in the man. Look here, let me not. I'm on y'all.
Student loans, but I guarantee you. And you want to know something? Never mind. Go on.
What? No, say it.
So.
Me?
No, I have 6 figures in student loans,
but no, I'm not talking about anybody like that. What I'm saying is, if somebody has 6-figure student loans, but they out here buying unnecessary stuff, I'm like, why can't you put that money on your debt or something like that? Like, that's irresponsible. Like, as far as like, man, that's just my perspective.
Their family, if something happens to them, they want to keep their family down.
But they don't have no life insurance.
Right.
I'm like, okay, you have no life insurance. You don't even have. Okay, you don't have to have term or whole. You ain't got the basics.
Okay, so let me tell you, in the thing that also that we talked, that Herschel Walker, and then I don't even know if Herschel Walker said that. I've listened to so many of these things today. They all just go together. Okay, they talked about life insurance. Life insurance could close this gap, but we don't get life insurance. We don't get life insurance. We do GoFundMe. That's what
right.
we do. We do GoFundMe. We can have life insurance. God forbid, if I passed away or Victor passed away, when I tell you our kids are good, oh, our kids are good. They are very good.
Yeah, yeah, you gotta have at least, if you don't, I mean, at least pay for a $200,000 policy. That's what, or 500,000. That's what, like $20-$30 a month, ain't it?
Yeah.
So it's like,
now, Victor pays $50 a month for a $500,000 policy.
Right. So basically,
I pay about 75. That's because my butt's a bit overweight. So
got you. But here's the thing: for every 100,000, you got to pay $10. So but I ain't gonna lie, I didn't really think this way until like 3 or 4 years ago. I mean, I was just like, but I mean,
exactly.
You got there. Let me read what Dev said. Dev said, my uncle once told me, had he known better, he would have bought brownstones when they were being sold for a few dollars in New York. This was late 70s, but the state did that, and you had a certain amount of time to repair it and flip it.
Mm-hmm.
It was the start of gentrification in that area.
Yeah,
White people get life insurance and their families are set. They plan for what if all about time or something. I don't know what I just said.
Yeah, gentrification. Like, man, I actually had a lawyer give me an opportunity recently. Tell me about gentrification. And it's like, hey, I can put you on and stuff like that. And I'm like, let's do it.
My number.
You think I ain't finna take advantage of it first? Look at
Give him my number. Look, let's do something together. I love you, bro.
Hey, you know I got a bone to pick with you anyway now.
Listen, don't worry. I got you tomorrow. Don't worry. I got a whole thing. I got you tomorrow. I promise. But
hey, it's all good, man. I had to come on, but yeah, man, I think because the reason why I'm so big on reparation cash, because I know they ain't gonna give us nothing else. I know that. They know if they give us something else, because they're scared now. So if they give us something else, they know it'll level the playing field, and they'll. I know what.
Let me tell you something. Bobby just said something. Now now let me tell you.
Yeah, it's just like Tulsa when they saw us doing the right, like, okay, now we're self-sufficient. Let's get rid of it. Yeah, it's gonna cause problems. So that's true.
It's like give us the money because they know the majority of us will not gonna do the right thing. Right. But education and like we were saying, give them business loans and stuff. They're not gonna do that. It would be easier for them to give us the money because they know the money is coming right back to them. Okay, that was good.
Yeah, and that's how you think. I mean, I was schooled, and actually my mentor, he schooled me on I mean, he doesn't look like me, so he trusts me with a lot of things. He schooled me on how they think. And it's like, man, we know this. I'm like, okay. And I had to take away my emotions out of it because I knew what he was going to say was going to hit. I'm like, okay. But he was like, I'm telling you this for a reason. I'm like, So for me, you can give me the money. You can give me anything. I'm finna, it don't matter. Yeah. But everybody ain't like that. But at the same time, I teach somebody how to do it.
Yeah. But yeah, you got to have a willing participant though, and I'm just praying and hoping that people willing. Well, we're gonna end it up here. We really appreciate you.
Thank you for coming on.
Us. Well, I sure am glad you listen. I'm glad you cleared this up because I ain't gonna lie to you, man.
It's very hot up here. I can feel the steam coming off of her. I just want you to know that.
I did it for a reason because I knew he was gonna rub you up. Oh, I know you ain't.
Dude, I was like, no way.
Nah, I just know if that's the only thing on the table, take it. Yeah. But when that's the only thing on the table, you better make your own table.
Things to take.
Yeah. All right, look, I'm gonna get back with you though, okay? You got something coming to you tomorrow, all right?
You good, man? How my niece doing, man? How's she doing, man?
You gotta call her.
Like you have to call her for all that. You gotta call me for that. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna call you.
Yes.
I'll talk to you later.
Take care.
Good night.
All right.
So I guess that wraps up that segment, huh?
Yes. Man, I sure am glad he came, he changed his mind. But I still believe he did say he still believe in money. I don't know.
He believe in money for him.
Yeah.
But for the masses, he already know they're gonna mess it up.
Yeah.
So I get what he's saying,
Yeah.
but we know because we talked about it prior to him even jumping on that
Yeah.
we're not gonna do the right thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's our take on reparations, guys.
Yes.
And we appreciate everyone for tuning in. What are we talking about next week, Marsha?
I don't know. We
Colorism.
Oh yes, colorism. Yes, colorism. Oh yeah.
Colorism.
So yes, so next week, make sure y'all join us again. Remember, we are on YouTube now, so make sure that you like and subscribe.
Please.
Yes,
we don't ask
please.
for much.
And then all our YouTube fans, just go ahead and hit that little button down at below, and then hit all so that you can be notified whenever we go live. All right, so we will see you again next week. It has been a wonderful night. And
yes. Join us next week for another episode of
Let's
Talk About It. Good night, y'all.